Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachah Wadash. Forgive me the spirit and power to make this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that teaches truth and rule well. Wabarakatham unto the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 on down to the men, women, and children that do believe. Okay, this is your brother Gabar. This is another lesson, and this is going to be over how we're going to need more confidence, okay? Because we're about to go through more and more situations, as the scriptures say, that Jacob's trouble is coming, and it's going to come to Israel. And at that, the scripture mentions how, matter of fact, I'll just pull it for us that believe, This is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel? Yeah. So we're going to be, we're going to be looked at first, right? It's going to be looking, the Lord is going to be looking at us first, because the other ones, they're already not going to make it. All right. But we're going to go through it. We're all going to go through it. We're going to be tested and tried out. Different situations the Lord is going to put you in to try your faith, right? But as it says, and if it first begin at us, right? So it's going to first begin at us. So what manner, what manner should you be in, knowing that you should be even more ready? Let's grab another scripture. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Yeah. So we're walking by faith, not the sight of the situation, but you're going to need more and more faith to get through more and more bigger situations, right? So let's go into Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 18. It says, but the path of the just, which is the elect, is as the shining light. And we know that light is wisdom. You find that in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7. It says that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. That perfect day is ultimately when Yahweh Shai comes back and changes us. And that's when you're fully a God. Okay. Right now we're on the path of it. We're on that, the path, as the scriptures say. Okay. But it says that shineth more and more. So it's telling you the elect are going to be fearing, because that's what the wisdom is, as the scriptures say. The wisdom is the light. All right. It's to depart from evil and to hate evil. The elect are going to be fearing and believing more and more into the coming of Yahweh Shai to get through that big situation, which is the missiles ultimately, right? Salakia. But yeah, so that's what the elect are going to be doing. So that's what we have to be doing. It ain't like you're going to stay complacent, on this one level, and the Lord is going to, be with you there the whole time. No, you got to grow in this thing. We got to continue to grow. All right, because we're going to go through more things. Let's grab that. Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. It says, in all history, there has never been such a time of horror. It will be a time of trouble for my people, Israel. So it's going to be for the whole nation. But where is it going to start with? Just as we got in 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 17, it's going to start with us. So we need to be getting more and more light. We need to be shining more and more. We need to get more and more fear, more faith, okay, to get through this time. It says, it will be a time of trouble for my people, Israel, yet in the end, they will be saved. Yes, the elect are going to be saved out of the nation of Israel. The rest are going to be purged off. They're unwantables, So, if that's a word, unwantable, but that's what the 2/3 are, and the rest of the Israelites through the four corners of the earth that don't turn back to Yahweh Bashem El Shai. All right. So this is the ultimate time that's coming. But even on the way there, we're going to be going through more and more sights, more and more situations. And you're going to need more and more faith to get through it, more and more fear. Because what does that fear produce? Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 26. It says, and the fear of Yahweh is strong confidence. Yeah. You're going to believe, you're going to have that confidence to do bold things and believe that the Lord is still with you, no matter what type of situation you're in. Like David, when he got that lamb out of the lion's den, his mouth. Like David, when he went against Goliath. Like Samson, when he went against that lion. Okay. Like at the time of Samuel, when we were winning those wars, when the Lord was with us. Okay. in different points in the scriptures. The three holy children, they had to have confidence to walk into that fire praising Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. They had to have faith, strong faith, right? Daniel went into that lion's den. He had to have strong faith, you know. So that's the point where we have to get to, because we're going to go through more and more things, okay? We're going to go through more and more situations, all right? And they're only going to get worse and worse. And it also tells if you got your sight set on the earthly things or if you have your sight set on the heavenly things. Because if they're on the earthly things, you're going to bow that knee to Esau, to save it. But if your treasure is in the heavens, where your heart is, where your mind is focused at, the joy set before you, then guess what? You ain't going to care what Esau do. You don't care about losing anything, because really you can't lose nothing, because it's all stored up somewhere else, But to read on, Proverbs 14:26, it says, "In the fear of the Lord Yahweh is strong confidence." So in that fear, when you fearing the Lord, you're going to have that confidence, because your mind isn't going to be condemning you, because you're doing what you were supposed to do. So the Lord's going to deliver you. Sirach 2:10, look at the generation of old. Has ever any trusted in the Lord and was forsaken? Has ever any feared him and was despised? Exactly. So if you fearing him and you trusted in him sincerely and you really doing it and you showing it, then guess what? You ain't going to be forsaken. You ain't going to be despised. And you're going to know that. And you're going to know it because you're going to see the Lord coming through for you in different ways. Okay? It says, "And his children shall have a place of refuge." Yeah, a refuge from that storm, all right, that tribulation. And that's the time we're coming into, where you want to be in that refuge. But you're going to have more, you're going to need more confidence to be there, because you ain't just going to be going through getting a flat tire or something. It's going to be worse situations, stuff that we can't even think about right now. The scripture said, let's read it again, Jeremiah 30:7. In all history, yeah, we've seen different things, you got like the Holocaust camps and stuff, which the elect aren't going to be going through those things, though some of them will be martyrs, but the elect aren't going to, specifically the elect, they're not going to go, and starve and all of that stuff. Okay, but just speaking of in all history, it's been countless things that's happened, horrible things that's happened. But what does it say? It says, in all history, there has never been such a time of horror. Yeah, so it's going to be some stuff happening, man, throughout the four corners of the earth that's going to be devastating. WW3. I don't know if I can say it, but WW3, the third woe. Okay, that's the ultimate cherry on top, right? So to get delivered from those missiles where, literally it's going to be no way out at all, especially if you're in America, but anywhere, because that fire is going to be coming down, and the fire from the chariots, man, that concentrated heat, that those laser beams going to be coming down. And what are you going to do? You're going to have to call upon Yahweh Bashim Al Shai to really just get saved. Okay, and you got to believe that, that a so-called UFO is literally going to come down and pick you up and take you into space. Is that where your faith is? Can you believe that? Because it is written, that's what's going to happen. Okay, that's literally what's about to happen. And from there, it's going to be a new phase. Okay, but that's what we got to do. That's what we got to believe in, because when you believe, it's going to give the Lord that access to perform things for you. Let's grab that. Let's grab that right quick. I believe it's in Luke. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 58. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 58. And it says, "And he did not mighty miracles, Slakia." Matthew 13 and 58. "And he did not many mighty works, for because of their unbelief." So Yahweh Shai went to a place. Matter of fact, we're going to read up some. Let's get Matthew 13:58. I want to also get this in the NIV. So you see that faith is needed to, the Lord ain't just going to give you something for nothing. Okay. The Lord got to see faith in you. Okay. All right. Matthew 13 and 58 in the NIV. It says, and he did not do many miracles there because of their lack of faith. So Yahweh Shai went to, and you read up, it'll tell you, but just going straight into the point. All right, Yahweh Shai will go to different places, different cities, different towns, and, he'll perform miracles, right? But in specifically this case, he couldn't do any mighty miracles. As it says in the KJV, he did not many mighty works. All right, he couldn't do anything really extra heavy because of their unbelief. Yeah, he couldn't raise nobody up from the dead over there or anything because nobody believed. So that belief, that faith, that confidence gives the Lord access to perform these things in your life. Okay, so we got to have that so the Lord can perform them, because that is literally the only way we're going to get out of these situations. Okay, as it says in Jeremiah 30:7, when you read on, let's read on. Okay, it's not in this one, but let me find it right quick. And it might be. This is Daniel. Okay, Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, at that time, which is speaking about the time of Jacob's trouble, shall Michael stand up. Who is Michael? The angel. All right, the angel of war, basically. Okay. And at that time, Michael, Slakia, Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. Yeah, but do you believe that? Because if you don't believe it, he's not going to stand up and fight for you, man. If you don't believe something, the Lord isn't going to perform it for you. Okay, it says, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered. Yeah, so after that tribulation comes, the elect are going to be delivered, that are hoping and calling upon Yahweh Bashim Shai. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. Exactly. Okay, so at that time, Michael's going to stand up for us. Okay, but if you don't believe it, if you don't believe an actual angel, actual miraculous event can take place in your life, a miracle, a literal miracle that defies all logic, and Esau science and shit, if you don't believe that things like this can happen, then they won't happen. Hence to you not making it, because you're going to go through more and more tight, more and more situations. Okay, so that's basically the point, man. I'm not going to, just beat the dead horse. So yeah, that's the point, man. You're going to need more light. You're going to need more confidence to get through what's coming. And you get it through fearing Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. That's where it's found. Because your conscience isn't going to condemn you to do such bold things, because the Lord is going to be with you. And the Lord is going to help you on your walk personally. Okay? But with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Bahashim Rachakodash, we give me a spirit and power to make this lesson. Until next time, Kam Yasharallah. Shalom.